In the heart of the African rainforest, where the trees whisper ancient secrets and the mist clings to the ground like a veil, lay the village of Mweru. This remote settlement was known for its vibrant festivals, rich traditions, and the ancient tales that had been passed down through generations. But Mweru also harbored a dark secret, one that only the elders dared to speak of in hushed tones. Amina, a young woman who had spent years studying in the city, had recently returned to her ancestral home. She was eager to reconnect with her roots and contribute to the community that had shaped her early years. Her arrival coincided with a time of great unrest in the village. Several villagers had gone missing, their disappearances shrouded in mystery and fear. The villagers spoke of a malevolent spirit known as Ekitanga, a vengeful entity bound to the forest by a sorcerer's curse. The tales described Ekitanga as a shape-shifting shadow that mimicked voices and preyed on the fears of those who ventured too deep into the woods. Amina, while skeptical of such folklore, was troubled by the growing tension and fear among the villagers. One evening, as the village gathered around the fire, Amina overheard her grandmother, the village elder, speaking with other elders about the curse. "The spirit's hunger is not just for souls," her grandmother said, her voice barely above a whisper. "It guards something ancient and powerful, something that should never fall into the wrong hands." Determined to understand the truth, Amina approached her grandmother, the next. "Grandmother, what is this artifact they speak of? Why does Ekitanga torment the village?" Her grandmother's eyes, wise and weary, met Amina's. "The artifact is a relic from a time long before us. It holds the knowledge of our ancestors, knowledge that was stolen by outsiders who sought to exploit it. The curse was cast to protect it, but now the artifact is disturbed, and Ekitanga's wrath is awakened." Amina knew she had to act. The village's despair was growing, and she felt a deep responsibility to uncover the truth and help her people. With a heart full of determination, she set off into the forest, guided only by the whispers of the trees and the tales of old. The forest was dense and eerie. The shadows seemed to move on their own, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. As Amina ventured deeper, she heard faint whispers that seemed to come from all directions. "Amina, Amina, come closer." The voices were haunting and disorienting, but she pressed on, remembering her grandmother's warning. Hours passed as she navigated through the undergrowth, her only guide a small, worn map she had found among the village's old records. The whispers grew louder, and soon she found herself standing before a hidden grove, its entrance obscured by vines and moss. In the center of the grove lay an ancient stone altar, covered in intricate carvings. On the altar rested a small, ornate box, its surface adorned with symbols Amina did not recognize. Her heart raced as she approached the box, feeling an intense, almost palpable energy emanating from it. As her fingers touched the box, the forest seemed to come alive with a low, guttural growl. Shadows coalesced around her, taking on eerie, humanoid shapes. Ekitanga had arrived. The spirit emerged from the darkness, its form shifting and writhing like smoke. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent light, and its voice was a chilling whisper that echoed in Amina's mind. "You dare to disturb what has been hidden for centuries?" Amina stood her ground, her fear mingling with resolve. "I seek to restore what was stolen and end the curse that plagues my people. I have no intention of taking what is not mine." The spirit's gaze seemed to pierce through her. "The artifact holds the wisdom of our ancestors, a gift and a curse. To restore balance, you must prove your worth, face your fears, or be consumed by them." Suddenly, the shadows around her began to twist and warp, manifesting her deepest fears and insecurities. Her childhood memories, her doubts about her place in the world, and the weight of her responsibility all surged forward, threatening to overwhelm her. With a deep breath, Amina closed her eyes and focused on the teachings of her ancestors, the strength she had drawn from her grandmother's wisdom. She faced her fears head-on, acknowledging each one with courage and clarity. The shadows wavered, their hold on her weakening. Ekitanga's form flickered, its malevolent energy dissipating as Amina's courage shone through. "You have faced your inner demons and shown strength. The artifact is not to be taken, but to be revered. Restore it to its rightful place." Amina carefully lifted the box and placed it back on the altar. As she did, the shadows receded, and a sense of calm fell over the forest. The oppressive air lifted, and the forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Returning to the village, Amina shared her experience and the wisdom she had gained. The villagers, once fearful, now embraced the teachings of their ancestors with renewed reverence. The disappearances ceased, and peace returned to Muiru. Amina's bravery and respect for her heritage bridged the gap between old and new. The village honored the ancient knowledge and the spirit's protection, ensuring that the lessons of the past would guide their future. The end. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.